Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We allegedly, apparently, have a verdict in the Jennifer Crumbley trial. So, um, long crime says 10 minutes. So, uh, we'll just wait and see. The defense attorney is in the room. I think we're waiting on Jennifer to come up. It's going to be bad. I don't know if it's going to be bad. Yeah, what's up, Jason? How you doing, buddy? Um, Deliberations started yesterday morning and they ran all the way through to today, uh, just after lunch. They were sequestered, so they were kept at the court. I don't know that it typically or specifically has anything to do with what the outcome's going to be, but it says verdict reached, Jason. So I don't think it's hung. Um, it could well be, but it does say verdict reached. So I'm assuming they have something. So like I said, we're just waiting on Jennifer Crumley to enter the courthouse. For the record, I say she's not guilty. But what do I matter? Let me switch to box 2 just because. Uh, here's it today. Yeah, I guess we can do USA Today. So, like I said, just waiting on Jennifer Crumbley. Yeah. Well, yeah, they were charged with uh manslaughter, involuntary manslaughter, pretty much out of the gate. So they didn't take much time to charge him. Uh, it was pretty much as soon as they started. So I keep waiting for Jennifer to enter, but she has not yet. Yeah, I know. I'm really nervous about this too. I feel like it might be not guilty, but just based on the time it took. But then again, I don't know. So an indication of the one question that they did ask, um, that of course the court doesn't answer any questions. They just refer you to relevant law or whatever. The one question that the court did ask was, or the jury did ask the court was, can they infer something by there being no testimony? And it was specifically on how he acquired the gun, like how he got it on that day. So I don't know if that gives any indication to anybody. Not really to me, but So now everyone is in the courtroom but the defendant. Hey, Corn Pope. I'm incredibly hopeful that this is not guilty. This is going to be bad for everyone. Really bad for everyone if this is a guilty verdict. Really hopeful that it's not guilty. Um, and not that I know Jennifer or care really, if I'm being honest. Um, I care more about the effect that it has downstream for everything else that is to come. Um, it would certainly change things. Nope, still nothing. Yeah, YouTube's on heavy censorship right now. Hey, Linda. Hey, HT. I don't feel good about it either, but I don't know. I don't know that I was ever going to feel good about it. Like, I mean, it's a shitty situation all the way around. It should have never been charged, in my opinion. Um, but it was. So here we sit, and we hope that the system still works enough to right what are obvious wrongs, in my opinion. And we shall see here pretty shortly. Find her guilty, Whitmer will use it just as Mexico is trying it again. Yeah, yeah, they're gonna use it for their political motivations. I don't think there's any question with that. It's been a political case the whole time. So, jury was sequestered last night. They did stay. Uh, all the all the information ended pretty abruptly, and then they were sequestered in a hotel last night. So the jury probably wants to get out of there. I would. I'm not indicating in any way that the jury didn't do their job. I'm just saying I would want to get the hell out of the courthouse after this is going into week 3. So, and just a reminder, James Crumbley, his trial is coming up. Uh, Same charges. His trial is coming up in March. We'll see what comes of that one. I think that I still don't think that he could be found guilty, but if either party was going to be found guilty, I would lean towards it being James. If I had to pick If I had to pick a loser in that shitstorm lottery, it would be James, but just because he had direct knowledge and purchase of the gun. And here's Jennifer coming in. This doesn't feel great, does it? Feels like we might be in for one. For what it's worth too, I thought the judge was far more fair than I originally gave her credit for, and I appreciated that. Um, could have been an illusion, but it seemed like she was far more fair than I originally gave her credit for, so good on you, judge. Sweet. What's up, Dylan? I don't know. I'm trying to just break down indication of any indications of how long it took or, that kind of thing. Um, so they did 9 hours today, or maybe it was a little bit less than that. So a day and a half essentially of deliberations.
Your Honor, calling People versus Jennifer Crumbley, case number 22279-990 FH.
Good afternoon, Karen McDonald on behalf of the people.
Thank you, Mark East on behalf of the people.
Good afternoon, I'm Shannon Smith on behalf of Jennifer Crumbley, who sits to my left.
Let's listen in.
Okay, are you ready for the jury?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to ask when the jury reads their verdict. After that, I want everyone to remain seated.
Judge, do you want us to stay standing or
It's up to you. It's up to you. I really want the audience to stay seated after when the verdict's read and after that.
do you
And
want
it's
us to
okay.
stand or sit? It doesn't matter.
You can stand. Jim.
Okay. Do you want us to stand? We're going to stand because the jury's not going to- All right, for the jury.
Good afternoon, you may be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been informed that you have a verdict, is that correct?
That is correct.
Are you the correct person?
I am.
Could you please read your verdict?
Individually?
Sure.
Okay. On count one of involuntary manslaughter as to Madison Baldwin, we find the defendant guilty of involuntary manslaughter. On count two of involuntary
Wow.
manslaughter in regards to Tate Muir, we find the defendant guilty of involuntary manslaughter. On count 3, as to involuntary manslaughter regarding Hannah St. Juliana, we find the defendant guilty of involuntary manslaughter. And in count 4 of involuntary manslaughter against Justin Schilling, we find the defendant guilty of involuntary manslaughter.
Thank you for allowing me to see it. And I'm going to ask Ms. Rose to hold the jury.
Juror in seat number 1, was that and is that your verdict?
It is.
Juror in seat number 2, was that and is that your verdict?
Yes.
Juror in seat number 3, was that and is that your verdict?
Yes.
Juror in seat number 5, was that and is that your verdict?
Yes.
Juror in seat number 6, was that and is that your verdict?
Yes.
Juror in seat number 7, was that and is that your verdict?
Yes.
Juror in seat number 8, was that and is that your verdict?
Yes.
Juror in seat number 11, was that and is that your verdict?
Yes.
Juror in seat number 12, was that and is that your verdict?
Yes.
Juror in seat number 13, was that and is that your verdict?
Yes.
Juror in seat number 14, was that and is that your verdict?
Yes.
Juror in seat number 16, was that and is that your verdict?
Yes.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We all know that this is one of the hardest things you've ever done. I'm going to ask you to return to the jury room. The 2 remaining alternates are also going to join you, and I'll be with you in a few minutes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All rise for the jury.
You heard it. Guilty on all counts. Oh, judge is going to talk.
April 9th at 9 o'clock in the morning for sentencing with that.
That should be fine, Judge. Thank you.
April 9th at 9 o'clock is fine, thank you.
I'm going to ask everyone to remain seated while the defendant is taken out of court. Okay?
All rise.
You may be seated.
All right, so we'll keep it up just because we'll see what's going on. A prosecutor's garbage. Jesus. That hurts. That hurts. Wow. Unbelievable. No, they don't want parrots in America. They don't want. Man, I mean, I am just. Wow. I mean, that's a life sentence. It's 15 years on each count. You know, this judge is an ass with everything. It isn't just the state I live in, it's the entire country. Like this is not specific to one state. Wow. There's no, in my mind, there's no justification for that whatsoever. There's no, I mean, damn. And like Jason said, we'll probably get a big lecture about gun safety or some new gun safety laws or something like that coming out of this. This one's just tough. Yeah, mom is a selfish asshole, but was not guilty of manslaughter. And this is how nations and this is how things start to break down because the pound of flesh is worth more to people than the rule of law and the situation. So um, this is where it really gets scary. Really gets scary. I didn't think there was anywhere near enough evidence to prove that she did anything, but it was an emotional trial with emotional testimony that 90% of it probably shouldn't have been let in, and they played on the motions and got there. Wow. Um, I just hope that the prosecutor's really happy. I mean, this is a bad day, and I've said that since the beginning that with the conviction here, this was going to be a bad day. Uh, I don't know. I don't even know. I don't even know where to go from there. Um, so she'll be sentenced, and I believe Michigan is a 15-year mandatory minimum on manslaughter. You know that the state's going to push for uh, consecutive sentences. So Jennifer Crumbley will be in prison for life. But she's 45-ish. So you tack on 60 years, that's 105. And I know that generally you don't serve as much time as you're given, but that's still a lifetime. So man, that was tough to watch. Tough to watch. So no, I don't think she'll last very long either. You can see from when she was arrested to what she looked like in court today. And she's already went considerably downhill. They're not going to run on top of each other. So there's 4 counts, and they're not. That's what I'm saying. They're not going to run concurrent. They're going to be consecutive. The state is going to just stack up as much time as they ever possibly could. So you're looking at low end 32 years, high end 60. So yeah. And like I said from the beginning, Oakland County, this is probably going to be the result. You heard the foreperson; she was very Karen-esque. And I just don't think that people take it seriously. I don't think people take things like this and understand the implications of what comes next. No, her son doesn't care. I mean, he chose not to testify, despite repeatedly asking. They brought in some information that they weren't able to rebut because he wouldn't waive privilege, probably for a good reason, because he does have somewhat of an appeal. But yeah, no, this is he doesn't give a damn. So, and like I said, based on today, I think there's 100% chance that James is also convicted. And like I said, based on the county, based on the area, based on all that, I didn't think there would ever be a chance that she would be not guilty. I was just hoping that I would be wrong. So, so wait for the Whitmer press conference because then I'll rip her apart on that. I'm sure Big Gretch has something to say about something. So, but that's painful and that sucks, and it's really unfortunate. And I don't think the people that are, because I you watch the other stations, Law and Crime or stuff like that, and they're celebrating their pound of flesh. I don't think they understand what just transpired and what happens because of this. So yeah, it's Oakland County, Jason. So I also have a mouthful, Josh Chandler, but I'm trying to be good to my buddy Dylan, who also uh, is streaming it. Uh, you know, so it's unfortunate. There'll be more to come, and we'll see what happens because of this. But I wish I was wrong more often, Jenny. I really do. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. And like I said, James's will be in beginning of March, but I think that one's foregone conclusion. It's going to be the same playbook. They're going to run the same thing, and he'll be convicted as well. Somebody had nothing to do with it has been found legally responsible for the deaths of the 4 individuals that were killed tragically at the Oxford High School. It's tough to watch, boys and girls. I'm gonna reciprocate, and I'm gonna send whoever wants to go over there back over to my buddy Dylan. He's watching another trial that's uber fucky. So planning to move out of the state shit show. Yeah. It does. It does actually. It but like I said, it's not just mine. It truly is where people want their pound of flesh more than they want to do what's right. It's about me. I don't care what's right. It's about me. And we see that in so many instances across so many different things, uh, where it's about me. It isn't about doing what's right. It isn't about doing what it says. It isn't about doing what the laws that we all agreed to say. It's about how my feelings are and what I can do for me. And that's a sad state of affairs, and it's probably going to get worse and more dystopian as we continue down this path. So, but like I said, I'll shunt everybody over to Dylan. He's watching another trial. Tell him I said hi. And yeah, that's a tough one. I'm gonna be it wasn't political at all, right? Wasn't political. Uh all right. Well, if she gets that live, I'll try and jump on again. But other than that, I'll read it at some point in the near future. So, that being said, hope everyone has an awesome day, and I will catch you tonight with Digger on Mystery of Babylon, part 2 of Osiris and Isis and Osiris. Until then, have a good one, guys.